Hey everybody, I wanted to circle back and talk more about the 22 suppressors. As you know, I did that 22 breakdown with, I believe it was 30 some odd silencers. And now what I'm doing on this video is I'm going to take the 17 HMR and put it up against the top contenders of the 22s. Of the top contenders, here's what I have. Now, I did re-include a few other ones that I think might perform a little bit better on this test. So probably most likely to do very well is the SilencerCo Sparrow. It's tried and true. Everybody loves the SilencerCo Sparrow. Next tried and true is the Dead Air Mask. Probably these two are going to do very well, and I think everybody just knows them as like the cat's meow of good suppressors. But then there's these newer suppressors that I do believe are outperforming these previous two. So I decided to include that in the test so that you could see how it performs on the 17 HMR as I progress through the different suppressors. So I've got the HUXWRX 22 suppressor, which I think is going to do very, very well. The Switchback, which is the new SilencerCo suppressor. And then I think it's going to come down to these two again, and that's the B&T and the Stealth Additive Works. These two kind of just go neck and neck constantly for the best. All right, without wasting any time, let's dive into it. Quick side note, the ammunition today is the Hornady 17 grain VMAX ammunition. And I believe this is about a 22 inch. I got a left-handed bolt action Savage for this test. All right, guys, let's get into it. Okay, first one, no suppressor, just to establish a good baseline here. Alrighty, the first silencer is installed. It's the SilencerCo Sparrow. Tolerable, I could do that all day. That's not bad at all. Dead Air Mask. I would say they sounded the same. Very much so the same. SilencerCo Switchback. I would say it sounded the same as the previous two. Very, very good sounding. B&T TiGER22. If I was going to take a bet, it would be on this suppressor. Yeah, that sounds really, really quiet. There is a big difference between those first three and this one. Additive Works KATAN. I don't think it was quieter than the first three, but it had a deeper tone to it. So I would say I'd rather have this suppressor than the first three suppressors. But the B&T so far is the quietest. Last one. All right, now we've got the HUXWRX 22 suppressor. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. Yes, I did not include all of my silencers. There's like 30 something 22 silencers I have. Not all of them are 17 HMR rated, and I just decided there's like the top 5 I know are going to be the performers. So some people call that a trust me bro video, but I'm doing these videos because I think they're fun, and I'm sharing with the internet because I think it's fun. And if you don't like that I didn't include all 30 silencers, then go buy all 30 silencers and give it a try. In the end, I know that these 5 have been the best sound performers, so that's why I chose to just narrow it down to the top 5 that I thought would be the best. Could I go back and do them all again? Yeah, sure, but honestly, I just don't want to, and I know that they're not going to do well in this test anyways, because if they didn't do all that great on 22 by comparison, and they're older silencers, they're just not going to keep up with 17 HMR, so I narrowed it down. So now, within the top 5, I've got these 2 behind me, 3 behind me, I guess it's 6 silencers I did today. The 3 behind me that all did very good, and for 17 HMR, it's a very supersonic round, and a lot of guys would say a 17 HMR with a good suppressor sounds a lot like a 22 without a silencer. I would say typically I would agree with that. However, these newer silencers are really kicking butt, and now it sounds like an old suppressed 22 with a supersonic round. So it sounds very good. I would go for hunt all day long with these, and I wouldn't have any problems. These 3 behind me did very good, but really the 3 I want to talk about is the Tiger took the cake. Not by a little bit, by a lot of it. This was a very dull, soft sound. It didn't even sound like a supersonic round somehow. So the Tiger definitely took the cake. And on the bolt gun, you get all the merits of the Tiger. On a gas gun, it kicks a lot of crap in your face because it's a very, very high back pressure silencer. So pros and cons, but everything I've been putting this on from 5.56, yes, 5.56, 22, and 17 HMR, the Tiger just wins. So it's really hard to justify other silencers if you're looking to buy. Now that doesn't mean if you have one of these other 2 silencers or those 3 silencers that you need to run out and buy a new silencer. You don't. But if you're at the store and you're thinking about buying a 17 HMR or a 22 suppressor, you get the newest, best one, and I think it's like 300 and something bucks. So it's like, if you save $100 and get the cheapest one, you're not doing the best you can be doing for yourself. So I've put this on 5.56 on bolt guns. It sounds great. I've even run it in the KATAN lineup, and I'm very impressed with this silencer. So it's not like I work for B&T or anything, but B&T is always focused on a whole spectrum of things. Sound isn't usually the forefront, and with the Tiger, because there is no military contract for 22 cans, they put all their energy into sound, and they nailed it. So it's hard to compete with the TiGER22. But let's make some noteworthy mentions. The Stealth Additive Ekron is a really good suppressor because not only does it sound very good, it also, which I would call it third place today, but it also is low back pressure, so it is bleeding gases forward. And on an AR-15, yes, an AR-15, it's actually a pretty decent suppressor for that job, as long as you're not doing an extremely high round count. Now the HUXWRX I like for a ton of reasons. I would call it second place for today's video of the 17 HMR stuff. It is a flow-through style can. However, I can't test it for back pressure because it's not 5.56 rated. So even though these two won't really say they're 5.56 rated, they do work on 5.56, so I'm able to test back pressure on 5.56. The HUXWRX is not 5.56 rated, and they haven't said, hey Rob, go ahead and try it anyways. If they do, I absolutely will, but I don't know how it is on back pressure until I run that test, and they give me permission to do it essentially. Well, if you want me to do it anyways, just put in the comments, run the test anyways, and let me know, and maybe I'll do it. But end of the day, this Tiger took first place, the HUXWRX took second place, and the Stealth Additive took third. The differences are overall minor between those three, a little bit more major between these three, but this one definitely took the cake. All right, guys, if you like this content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I know this is kind of a short video, but I just want to get this information out there. As you liked the 22 video so much, and so did I wanted to answer the same question, so I figured I would share those results. All right, guys, we'll see you in the comments. As always, stay safe.